What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in today's video. All I ask for you guys to do is, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out and push my content further for more farmers and people like you to see it. It really means a lot to me. Thanks, guys. What's up, guys? Thank you so much again for tuning in today's video. Today we're gonna do some more field work if it stays nice out. The weather says that there's a 40% chance there's gonna be rain at 10 a.m. but the rest of the day it should be just partly cloudy. So I'm hoping maybe the rain just skips us by and we can just go right into the fields. Before we go into the fields, the first thing I gotta accomplish is I gotta go in here and I gotta chore some pigs. If the weather changes drastically and it starts raining a lot and it doesn't stop raining, we're just gonna head into the shop and we're gonna do some work in there. So either way, we're gonna be doing something today. As you guys can see, these guys are getting pretty big. These pigs are about 3 to 4 months old. So we got 2 to 3 months left in the building, and then they're gonna go off to be, you know, butchered and eaten. When you get to this age, when you get to this stage of the pigs' lives, you know, if you walk into a pen, you're gonna have a crowd around you the whole time because they're kind of ruthless. They're ruthless animals, and they do not care. They will come at you and they will try to eat you, or I don't know, play with you because you're new, you're something new. But what I think is, when you walk through here every single day, pigs kind of have some short-term memory. So when you walk in here every single day, they're always spooked. They're always like, oh, who's that? But when you get in the pen, they always look at you like a big snack, I think. And every single day they think, well, I'm gonna get them today, but they never really do. Something I wanted to really talk to you guys about is right now, not only is the grain farming side of things bad as far as the markets go, but also the hog market's pretty bad as well. The reason why the hog market's so bad right now is right now a lot of the packing plants are shutting down because, one, some of their workers are getting the coronavirus and they can't afford to show up to go to work, and then they just close the plant down. And another reason why the plants are closing down is because not enough people are eating, you know, meat. Not enough restaurants are ordering pepperoni. Not enough restaurants are ordering sausage. You know, usually they give, you know, a restaurant a big, you know, box of, you know, pepperoni or a big 10-pound box of sausage. Right now, that's not happening because none of the restaurants are open. So I say, like, I think the number is, I think like 70% of all, you know, pork is shipped to like restaurants, and the rest is actually consumed by, you know, civilians that actually go to the store and pick it up. It's a big deal right now. The people that are owning these pigs right now, you know, they're taking a loss for sure, but if you're leveraged and you're hedged right, you can make it through it. So the company that owns these pigs, and any pig owner right now, anybody that owns their own pigs, is suffering majorly. You know, you're taking a loss on your pigs right now. But usually most of these companies are leveraged and hedged right. So, you know, they're not over leveraged, and if their hedger did a good job hedging, they should be fine and they'll get through it, which I think a lot of companies will. But some companies are gonna have to, you know, take their pigs elsewhere, and it's gonna be a lot more money to truck out of state than in state, you know what I mean? You know, there's some packing plants in Iowa that are shutting down, and some companies are having to drive all the way to Indiana to take their pigs to a packing plant, and that's a lot more money than if they were just to stay in state. But with any market crashing, the comeback is extremely, extremely good. So when this thing goes down all the way and it comes back, it's gonna be good for the people that make it. So what does that mean for us as growers for a company that, you know, right now, quite frankly, is struggling to make money because the market's so crap? Well, for us, we're just gonna continue to do our part in growing the pigs the best way we can. And right now we're still receiving money from this company to take care of the pigs. Like I talked about in my contract pig farming video, regardless of how the market is, if you're doing a good job growing the pigs and you're a good grower for the company isn't going to want to let you go because you're a good grower. And if you can take care of their pigs well, even in times like this, the company will reward you and they'll keep you on their team. So right now, we're good. All right, with that being said, I'm gonna chore the rest of these pigs, get it all done, head over to the other site and chore that site, and then we're gonna go see if the weather's worth a crap, and if it is, I'm gonna jump in the tractor, get in the fields, and start chopping some stalks. So just got done with site 1, now it's time to go to site 2, and it got a little sunny, so that's a positive. These pigs right here are a lot bigger. These pigs, we've actually sold a couple loads out of this group. We've taken 6 loads out of this building. There's 16 loads per 2,400, so we got 10 loads left. Right now, the company we grow pigs for, we're kind of stopping. We're kind of postponing taking the rest of these pigs out of here. The reason we're doing that is because there are more growers for this company that have bigger pigs than our pigs, and it's really essential that they get those pigs out before they come and get our pigs. So what they're doing to the feed right now is they're putting a little more salt in it. What that does is it kind of stunts the pig's growth a little bit, you know, it slows them down, because if we just kept giving them the same formula of feed that we're giving them now, they would get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they become more cramped, and we just don't want that. So right now we're trying to minimize the amount of growth they can possibly get, because right now most of these pigs, and if not all of these pigs, are ready to go to market. So we don't want to get them a whole lot bigger. So that's kind of the crisis that's going on right now. But overall, these pigs are really healthy, and I'm just ready. I think they're ready, and I'm ready to get them out. And we'll just have to wait until it's our turn. I think our turn is coming up pretty soon. We just sold 3 loads last week, so I'm thinking that next week we'll probably sell another 3 or 4 loads. And we won't have to wait very long, but this week I think we're just taking it easy. Big boy, big boy. All right, so I just got done eating lunch. Now it's time to get in the fields and start chopping some stalks. But before I do that, I'm gonna start up the tractor, let it warm up for a little bit, hopefully check everything over, make sure nothing's wrong, and then we should be good to go. Well, that's never good. I'm assuming and thinking that is probably the battery. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get a battery charger and hook this thing up, because we're just gonna sit here if we don't. Battery charger, battery charger, battery charger. Right here. This ought to be it. Yeah, plug it in. Standard 100 amps. Start. So we're gonna let that charge up for 10 minutes, and I'm gonna start it, and then hopefully it ought to be good. Hopefully the battery's not crap, but I think it is, because I had to jump it when I started it the last time I went to go chop stalks, and this time I made sure I had everything off when I got out of the tractor, but it ended up being dead again, so probably have to get another battery. So as we're waiting, my dad showed up to the shop, so I'm gonna have him explain to everybody why we no-till and all that fun stuff.
Well, before we talk about no-till, I guess we should talk about how'd we get where we are, because farmers have been tilling the soil since the prairie was turned under when my great-grandpa started farming. So the thought process was that we needed this bed of black dirt that was just perfect to plant into. The problems that went with that was when the wind blew hard, it got dry, the dirt blew, and if it rained real hard, the water would start running somewhere. And then I don't think we realized this. I know my dad didn't realize this when he was farming, but the ground would get hard because the rain beating that down, it would compact it, and so then that just made your water runoff worse. Back in the late 70s, we started chiseling instead of plowing, which was a little less aggressive, and we'd chisel all our stalks, and then we'd field cultivate them in the spring, and then we'd plant into that. When I got to the point, as my dad got older, and I had to do more and more of it, it kind of got to be my decision on how we did things. And one year it got late and they didn't have time to chisel the stalks, and so I rented my neighbor's Bessler, this stock chopper. It's a mechanical stock chopper, and I used that in the spring of the year, and I chopped the stalks, and I realized that it tilled just a little bit, and it really broke up the residue fine like that, and I decided I wasn't going to do anything with it. I was just going to run this over it, and then we were going to plant our beans into that ground. And then I went ahead and I worked the bean ground that was going to corn. I still field cultivated that. Well, the year we did that, it worked so well that I decided I wasn't going to ever go back to chiseling. And then it wasn't too much of a stretch when you realize that you can make that work, and you're burning less diesel fuel, takes you less time to do it, and you're leaving more of this stubble on top of the ground, and it's not running off, it's not washing off, it's not blowing off. We decided 2 years ago we were going to try no-tilling the corn that we planted into bean stubble, and that worked really well. So then the real question was the ground that we plant that is 2 years corn. So most of our farm is a 50-50. 1 year it's corn, 1 year it's beans, but we plant a little more corn than we do beans, so there's always a certain number of our acres that they get corn planted on them 1 year, and then the next year we plant corn again, and then we go to beans. And there you're dealing with trying to plant corn into your existing stocks from the year before. And what we do there is traditionally we have run the Bessler over it, and then we've gone in and field cultivated in the spring. And I was never happy with the way that worked, and it was never, you'd have trouble with it bunching up and not flowing through the machine. And so this year is going to be the first year that basically all we're doing is we're hitting it with this chopper, and we may hit it twice. We may go over it twice, and then we're going to plant right into it, and we're going to see how we get along. But what I found, personal experience, and I think we may have said this before in different videos, but there's so many things that we've changed in the time in the last, say, 10 years, from the way we were doing till the way we are now, that it's hard to point to any one thing and say that, yeah, boy, that's what's really worked. All of those things together, we've seen our yields get better doing less tillage. So that's how we ended up doing no-till. So now you know the how we got here, and as to why we no-till. One, it saves us money because we have a lot less equipment. This piece of equipment does all our tillage and our seed bed preparation, which in an operation our size, we've got to maximize the money we spend on everything we have. Diesel fuel, we save a lot. We don't burn near as much diesel fuel because we're making one trip across the field to get it ready to plant. 3, our yields, by doing this, we haven't seen any yield decrease. In fact, our soil health has gotten better. Our organic material, our yields have gotten better pretty much every year since we started making this transition. And all of that plays into, you got a year like this. I just came over, crude oil is now a negative number. Commodity prices are not good, and so for us to be viable, we have to keep our costs down, and this is one of the ways that we do it. And it's great because not only does it keep our costs down, but we feel like we're improving the health of our soil. The water, we have less runoff, we have less wind erosion. We feel like it's getting better, and we're more efficient than we've ever been before, which that's where we've got to be to keep going.
All right, that's too much talking. Now let's get to work, if this thing even starts. trying to figure out ways to mount the GoPro to get some cool angles and cool shots for you guys. We're putting that one on the hood so right now. This is the type of effort we are putting into these YouTube videos. So subscribe, damn it. I'm just kidding. I'm not yelling at you, but if you guys want to subscribe, feel free. All right, now that the fun is over, we got all the shots we want. I moved on to another field. I wasn't completely done with the field I was working on in the last field work video that I did. I still have a little bit left on that one, but we're going to this field. The reason why we are is because this field is the driest, and David, the guy that comes and plants our field for us, he is going to be coming here tomorrow if the weather is worth a crap, and he's going to be planting in this field. So it's essential that we get this field done. I don't have very much, I have very little left, but when I'm done with this patch, I'm going to head over south of us, directly south of us into this field, and I'm going to do that next. Heading over to the next field. The sun finally came out, which is great. Hopefully it stays like that for tomorrow, because if we're going to go to plant tomorrow, we want it to be great conditions out, and we don't want rain. We don't want rain. Let it begin. On this field, we're gonna do some corn on corn action this year, so we're gonna I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna go over what I did twice, so I'm just gonna lap what I did twice. So I'll just do a regular one, and then I'll drive my end of my tractor right on the edge of what I just did, and I'll go over what I just did again and have a little bit extra, and then I'll just keep lapping and keep lapping and keep lapping, and I'm gonna see if that really makes a big difference or not. And if it does, I'm gonna continue going, because we really want to chop this stuff up more than we did over previously, because if this is gonna be corn on corn, you know, you really want to get that stuff broken up. So we'll see what this looks like, and if there's not a whole lot to really compare, and it doesn't make a huge difference, then I'll just keep doing what I was doing. So we'll just see. So this right here is the part. This right here, I didn't lap myself on this end right here, but I lapped myself all the way over here to what I've done so far. I've lapped myself all the way. I hope you guys can definitely see a difference between what's lapped twice and what's not. I really think it's a good idea to lap our corn on corn ground twice, just to really get all that stuff broken up. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the way. Right now I just got this little patch done right over here. This is kind of a funky field, you know. We have this waterway right here, and then we have this strip of field that goes down here, and then it's kind of connected to this strip in front of me, and then this waterway just makes it all funky. But anyway, I got this chunk done, and I gotta continue to go straight, get that chunk done, and then I'll come around here and I'll meet and I'll get all this done. So I probably won't finish all this tonight, but I'll get a really good chunk of it done, and I already did get a good chunk of it done, but we really need to get it going, because if he's gonna be here to plant tomorrow, we got to make sure we get this done today or tomorrow. So the next 2 days are essential for me to just go hard on chopping stalks. This is probably gonna be my last row, guys. I got about got quite a bit left. I'm not sure exactly how much I got left, but I started this chunk a little bit, got a couple rows done. When you go ahead and you lap yourself, it takes a little longer, which, you know, I'm not mad about or, you know, upset about. It is what it is, and, you know, you got to get the stalks broken up, especially on corn. So it's just been taking me a lot longer than usual, but I'm all right with it. But I'm starving. I haven't ate any lunch today, and it's 6:30, so I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna put this baby in the shed. Hopefully it doesn't die tomorrow when I go to start it, but if it does, I'll just have to recharge it. We're gonna definitely have to get another battery for that, but I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Driving.
What's up, bud? What's up?
Fun fact about Duke here, he is a big pansy, and he won't get in the tractor. He's afraid of guns, and he's afraid of fire. I think he just needs another dog that has some more masculine tendencies in him, and then maybe he can pick up on a few things, but I don't know how to fix it.